Hello everyone, and welcome to my first playthrough of the channel. Today we are going to be playing Abiotic Factor. This is pretty much my all-time favorite game of 2025. It's been a fun experience that I got to have from the beta, and I think we're going to go ahead and step it up a notch with this playthrough. Going into apocalypse mode. Let's see, let's go with facility to electric boogaloo for our world. I'm not going to be modifying any of the settings here. I'm deciding to give myself a challenge and play on the hardest difficulty since my friends and I played on a lot easier before. So getting into it, we are probably just going to go straight into it with a summer intern class. Or job. It's my favorite one. Few traits, decathlon, wrinkly brain meat, help me get some extra experience. Weathered is a very good perk to help with environments. Self-defense for extra damage. Fanny pack for extra slots. I'm gonna take traits that negatively impact my bars, but it's not going to matter that much since we can easily overcome them. Once we get food and water and whatnot figured out, those become a thing of the past. Alright, here we are. We can see that the elevator is no longer working anymore. We got ourselves right here, all beat up and grimy looking, and we are ready to go. Here's Dr. Thule. We'll just let him do the talking here.
You're stuck here too, eh? I came down from level 8 for a coffee. Now I'm locked in here for God knows how long. It'll be those fools on level 3 overreacting again. Looks like Jaeger's locked out. Typical. See if you can let him in. Maybe he knows what's happened. But take your time. He's insufferable. If Jaeger thinks I'm crawling through the vents to let him in, he's got another thing coming. They always pick the worst possible time to lock the place down. Kinetics were running a perforation experiment. I know it. Dr. Verenkov is too impatient, and look what's happened. If Jaeger thinks...
Alright, he's just gonna keep rambling on, so I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the journal entries that we just got here. There's something about him not wanting to go to the vents. Alright, Cascade Restricted Zone notes. Who's watching? Sounds like someone in the research division is conducting an investigation into security of Cascade. Containment protocols. Gate operates several tiers of containment protocols. The lowest is Ordo, indicating an item, artifact, or entity that is deemed to be low risk and requires only basic precautions. There are several tiers above this, but I'll need a higher security clearance than Blue to learn about them. Power. One of the first things Gate did when it bought this ex-lithium mine in 1977 was install a completely new power and electricity system. Due to safety regulations, it operates during daylight hours. ECP. The sheer range of specimens and entities researched here, the Gate Cascade research facilities, means that all staff must be familiar with emergency containment protocols. GatePal. My GatePal stores useful data and communications. Assuming it works like the ones from the Springer facility, it'll be locked to my security clearance, so it will only provide data for sectors I have access to. So basically this thing's just going to store all of our information that we gain throughout our playthrough here. And we'll just kind of see as we go. I'll read notes as people kind of want them to, just to kind of kill time in between some of my activities. We can see all the little things we have. I haven't found soup yet. We will in time. emails will come here. There's a fishing emporium, places for us to look at stuff, and we have a little note on Dr. Thule. He is a theoretical physicist, coffee aficionado, and committed cynic. Dr. Thule has few friends among the gate staff, but, like many of his kind, is tolerated for his regular insights. So basically, it just sounds like they can't fire him because he actually does a good job. Alright. So we got some vending machines that we can use to get food. You can see I have money in my inventory. Got my little fanny pack. I am set to go. So as we kind of continue through this, I may be just kind of skipping through some of the segments just to kind of show you guys more of the interesting stuff and skip some of the grind unless people really want it. If that ends up being the case, I'll probably just end up putting like some sort of montage, if that makes any sense, to kind of just show the highlights of what I'm finding in the facility, so that way everyone else can kind of just enjoy it as we go. So, I unlocked a few recipes here as I'm picking stuff up. It's a really cool crafting system here. I personally think it's one of the better ones for survival crafters. We're gonna just keep pushing through now as let's show you guys this. This is like a really cool little crafting mini game to kind of give you the idea of what your recipes. A lot of recipes kind of do this where it shows you, it gives you a little match mini game to show you what the parts are for more complicated recipes like this energy brick here. Alright, pushing into the facility a bit more. Here we can see that making way through the vents that Thule didn't really want to bother with. And this is a dead end. Well, we actually can come back here later. You can see that I have my watch out that was telling me the time. And as we know, the facility runs off of daytime hours, so that is going to be important for later. And here we have our first alien encounter, a carbuncle, and a dead alien as well, so that's always fun. Anyways, let's keep pushing forward. Alright, we're gonna make ourselves some nets here. They're actually a pretty useful tool early on. It can actually just stun a lot of enemies. And for these guys in particular, we can just capture them and give them a little stomp. A little bit of a stomp. But it does turn them into bioscrap, so while that is useful for some things, it is not edible food for us. So we'll have to figure out a way to get food a different way. I'm going to speed things up a little bit to get through some of the tedium here for you guys. We are just running through the vents, picking up stuff, ripping pipes out of the wall like a crackhead, and just getting a couple more recipes as we start making our way to Dr. Jaeger here. This is actually the first time I think I've ever used boom bait. I've never seen really the use of it other than being a weird distraction tool. But it blew up that pest just fine, so I guess it works. Here we have our first terminal. Cooking. Hey, Kentaro. I'm looking for a gift for a friend who loves cooking. Any thoughts? They want to be a chef? Give them a knife until you chop it up. You can't cook it. And we got a little JPEG of a knife that let us learn how to make a shiv. Alright. Oh. Back to speeding things up again. Out that boom bait again, but doesn't seem to work if they already see you. So, back to the reliable net and stomp. Grabbing some kitchenware here for us to use later. Free pork chop that was somebody left cooking for us. About to head out and find Jaeger now, after we get out of the freezer. Alright, gates open.
Hello? Over here.
Got a pest here, eating the battery away.
Oh,
And Jaeger.
you're new. Looks like that little pest damaged the power system. Can you get someone to fix it? But hurry, would you? I'm not enjoying standing around out here. It was
Alright,
hours
now
last
it's time for us
I
to
don't feel
go ahead
safe
and make
at all.
a new energy brick for the one that pest was eating. So we're gonna show you guys the new crafting that we will be doing. Got some computers to break with this desk leg that I'm finding.
Here at the Gate Cascade
And
Research Facility,
this is
safety and
explaining the
security
power
demand
system,
we
I
take
believe,
our primary power network
that the
offline.
power will shut off
All
at the end
major power outlets
of
are
the
shut
day
down,
each
as
day.
well as most pathway lighting. However, if your research or study
Gotta
requires
quickly
energy
store
during
some
hours,
stuff,
permit the use of approved battery and electrical storage systems to power your
and
portable
then
device for
we
hours.
will
If you do plan
build
to
ourselves a crafting bench here.
your safety depends on it. Now rest up every day.
Discover a couple things. Get that turned off because it's loud. Use a screwdriver to build it. Power it, and I'm gonna just build a few things, get a few recipes unlocked for you guys before we go out to help Jaeger in his little struggle of the locked door. Alright, got some armor, a backpack, a little more space. Let's get that energy brick. And now we are ready to rock and roll. Alright.
Hurry!
What's the struggle, dude? There's not really a problem here. Never mind. Oh, it's the dead alien from before. And once again, nets are actually really good. That just unlocked him into oblivion. Now we're just gonna butcher him, maybe cook him up and eat him. Or just, you know, store your meats in the trash. It'll be safe. I don't think there's anything wrong. Leave that to go there as we sleep a little bit, be a little better. Alright, speed through this mini game here for sleeping. Go check on our food. So, as we kind of play through the game, I'm probably going to be speeding up bits or maybe even cutting stuff out. I guess we'll just kind of see how you guys like it. But I'm excited to kind of show you guys the game that I kind of fell in love with for 2025. We're getting a little too impatient, so we're just going to run over and check on Thule here.
Oh my god, what happened to Jaeger? He didn't deserve that. I mean, not.
What do you know, maybe he has a little bit of a heart of gold.
I'm going to wait here.
But you're still an impatient jerk.
I'm too old for this.
I feel that, Thule. I do feel that.
Just about enough of this.
Right. Finally, we get to go into the lobby
Attention.
of
Enhanced
the place. And we have our favorite security guard, Warren, here.
Look, I don't know what's going on. They don't tell me squat on a good day, and this isn't a good day. But if the big voice says, get out, I do what she says. Elevators are dead, so head for the main tunnel in manufacturing on level 2. There's maps over there. But me, I'm staying.
So we can get maps that get added to our journal that show us more of a layout of a
I
place.
don't think so.
As we can
Radio's
see
dead,
here,
half the doors are buggered,
we
and
got
now there's
Warren
these
on the
little
map.
poppy things in
And
You're
just level 1.
But
It's kind of like an old mall map, if anything, which is kind of cool.
You like peas? Saw a bunch of eggheads heading to the silos on level 3 earlier. Tried to tell them about manufacturing,
Right.
but they
So we can
weren't
also
up
trade him. Trade him this peccary head for this employee locator. The thing's pretty nice, especially if you get lost with your friends a lot. If you're playing multiplayer, this is going to highlight your friends in like a little white outline, as well as the NPC friendly scientists, the ones that don't fight you. But I'm not sure there's any that actually do. At least not yet. We'll see with DLC that comes out later. And we got another terminal here. This damn facility. The power sockets are on a timer. I was working on mass dampeners and the place just shut down. You know, those things have to warm up for hours. Now I have to wait and start all over again. Just keep an eye on your wristwatch. Don't start a task you can't finish before the facility goes out. Why the hell are you working at midnight anyway? Get some rest. We can't afford to make mistakes. T. Alright, moving on. We're just gonna fast forward as I kind of consolidate some of the stuff in the library lobby area here. You can see the security bots, some of their little museum exhibits. There's just going to be a lot of these supply crates around the place that we're going to use to get more stuff eventually. I'm beating these pests to get more meat, and we have our first recording from Dr. Derek Mance.
Latest software experiment was simulating the entire facility, a microcosm of Cascade and every staff member within it, even myself, I gather. When I asked about it, he claimed to be trying to find a way to accelerate our research. I inquired about the ethical considerations, and he just looked at me blankly. The man is a genius, but more dangerous to this facility than most of its subjects. I'm sure of it. An exceptional scientist, all the same.
So, fun thing, it's theorized that this entire game may just actually be Abe's simulation of the facility, and that none of this lockdown stuff is happening. The whole kind of place falling apart may just all be a simulation he's running. I think it's kind of cool. We're just gonna keep getting recipes right now. Just kinda... I like to try and pack rat a lot of things, but maybe this playthrough will skip some of that. Gotta build a little bit of storage to make sure we can actually store things we do need. We're gonna be going to be getting a lot of computer parts and stuff, and we're gonna be breaking things constantly. So I think I'm going to go ahead and create the vacuum that I had found previously. The thing is actually really good when it comes to breaking things in general. You'll see once we reach it. There's a place called the data farm that's above us in the office sector where we're at that I'm going to show you soon. So we need this carbuncle for the vacuum, oddly enough. For some reason it has a sucking property. Just grab the last bits and bobs here. And I think we'll just have to probably show you guys later in the next video.